flagship product here for the Auto Expo 2020.
Okay, so first of all, good morning. Thanks for stopping by in BorgWarner. Basically, what you see outside is all the range of BorgWarner portfolio, which go from combustions, hybrid, and electric. So, which is really where the market is going at the moment. And you see various kind of technology. I would just give some example, and Murali, feel free to jump in. As I showed you before, gas GR is one example of a technology that brings efficiency on the combustions and hybrid side that is exposed here, a complete module that we are launching was one of the key Indian customers. You have also, in terms of hybridization, whole spectrum of what BorgWarner can do with hybrid transmission that can go from component to complete module that we can provide, and as well looking on the purely electric car. We have a full spectrum of technology, starting from the thermal management of a battery electric vehicle with cabin or battery thermal management. We have battery packs that we are showing as well today in the show, as well as the complete electric transmission and the power electronic that goes with it. So again, we are able to provide component but also complete systems to our customers.
Yeah. So when it comes to India, how different the market is and what are the requirements you think like the global has it, but India doesn't have it?
So I think today the major challenge we see in India is to get ready for the BS6. So a lot of our experience coming from other markets that have already implemented the BS6 or Euro 6, we are bringing that technology now to the Indian markets. What we see in other regions that we don't see yet in India at the same scale is the electrification. It's coming, and I think that's a good thing for India. But obviously some other regions are in a more advanced stage of implementation of the electrification. But as you can see, with the products that we are showing today, we are ready when the market is ready in India to also support our customer here with hybridization and electrification.
Yeah, so electrification, when we talk about electrification, how do you think India is ready, and what the product you give it to India, you provide to India, how this will be helpful for electrification, India's aim for the electrification?
Again, I think electrification is a big change for the automotive industry. So what BorgWarner brings is technology that has been proven. BorgWarner has been really moving into electrification many years back, through different acquisitions, but also through internal development that we have made. And leverage our long history in propulsion. We are adding now pure products for electrification that goes from the thermal management to the complete propulsion of the vehicle. So I think we can bring the many years of expertise of BorgWarner to India in the propulsion area, together with the new technology that are specifically related to electrification.
So this is a question to Mr. Murali. So, when it comes to India, there are some challenges, there are road conditions, there are customers' requirements, there are few challenges which Indian companies can't provide, the solution they can't provide. So how this company is providing those solutions when it comes to India?
Yeah, if you look at BorgWarner is present in all the fields, right? Like combustion, electric, hybrid, that's what we also showcase here now. BorgWarner is always ready. When there is a business need, when the customer really looks for any solution, what BorgWarner already makes in other regions, we are trying to provide to our Indian customers. So we closely work with our customers. Once based on the customer demand and their requirement, we always support them with making the product in India. So that's how we started our operation here in India, and that's how we are also growing in India. Like if you look at when we started in 2000, we started with in a small way with importing parts. Now we localize more content. Now, like I said, now our focus is more on getting ready for supporting our OEMs for BS6. So when there is a demand or any request comes, we always work with our OEMs. We provide what kind of products what we have, but we have to still a lot more way to go, like to make it more to happen in India for years. But we have a product available in BorgWarner.
So recent auto slowdown, has it affected the Indian business, the revenue? Has it affected, or it's the same?
No, it had an impact. Like it's not that like it had, like, because the auto market, if you really look at last year, it almost went down by 20 to 25%. So it's really went down. So it had some impact, but we could able to balance. It had an impact. As much.
So after BS6, do you think it will change? Are you looking forward for optimistic future?
No, we always look at India as kind of a growing market. We
Yeah.
expect the further growth will come from India. That's our confidence. That's why we are increasing our presence, increasing our location content. We continue to invest in India.
Yeah.
So we expect India will become stronger and much bigger in the coming years.
So in the last Expo, if BorgWarner were there, the people that responded, did they responded to the product? Like in the last Expo, you
Yes,
showcase?
we always showcase our advanced products.
Yeah.
That's how what we are doing is today also.
Yeah.
There are some interest. They come to know that like we are making this product
Yeah.
and we have the solution. Definitely, there is always this also always helps us to
Yeah.
customer to better understand what product we have,
Yeah.
and we are also able to work with them
Yeah.
and take
But
it forward.
have you achieved what you were expected in that Expo? Have you achieved it in 2 years?
No, Auto Expo helps
Yeah.
in one way, but it's
Yeah.
not the only medium we interact with our
No,
customers.
not about the only Auto Expo. Overall, in Indian market, what you were going to achieve, what were you expecting? Have you achieved?
We are progressing.
You are satisfied?
We are progressing.
Yeah.
We expect further more will happen. So we are progressing. That's it says we are still having more confidence,
Yeah.
and that's why we continue to invest. If you look at, I think emissions, Jeff can tell they have invested on EGRs. We invested for VCTs.
Yeah.
That has been done in last 2 years.
Yeah.
So we are continuing to invest here.
Coming
Yeah,
back
maybe
to
again a comment I wanted to add. I think with BS6,
Yeah.
BorgWarner is bringing much more technology to India than before. So even in terms of content that we supply in India, this is growing. If I give you an example of the EGR, we were doing EGR cooler. Now we do complete EGR module. We are doing only diesel. Now we do also that for gasoline. So the range, I think, as a result of the BS6 implementation, that was a big topic of discussion 2-4 years ago, I think has really translated to a lot of launch now for us in India.
yeah.
If you look at here also, just to explain, we were making only timing system solutions. Now last year we started for VCT.
Yeah.
VCTs, which is very much looked at for BS6, it supports BS6 with fuel efficiency and also for emissions.
Yeah.
So we invested for VCT and we started making VCTs from India.
Yeah. So coming back to auto slowdown, how the global market look at it, and how the company as a globally was worried about the conditions in the Indian auto sector.
I mean, India is obviously a very important market for us. Compared to global level, it's still a relatively, I would say, small market. But nevertheless, I think in general, the challenge of India is not limited to India. We have seen that also China has been slowing down. I think the company adjusted to that and has been improving. I think the result of the third quarter of BorgWarner, I mean, testimony the action that the company has taken in order to adjust to the market, and we will continue to be flexible. I mean, there's a lot of skilled people, we have testing capability, we have a high level of localization that allow us to really address also the price sensitiveness that India requires to be successful. So I think that's part of all what BorgWarner has been doing and make us successful so far is continue to grow and expand with the customers in India.
Coming to the last question, what are the growth areas you see in India, and what are the weaknesses you find where you want to improve?
So the growth, and maybe that really depends from
Yeah.
business unit to business unit. As I mentioned, for my business unit of responsibility, but also generally, I think when it goes to tighter emission, I think BorgWarner core is to develop technology for more efficient and clean in work. So really, all our products are driven to that achievement. So as India get into BS6, as they think about the next steps, we have the technology that really resolve those challenges. Our objective is to continue to address the actual effect of the cost and the price in India. We know that the cost of going from BS4 and BS6 is sometimes challenging, and our role is to continue to support our customer by simplifying our products, by doing more and more local support validations, and that's what we do And I would say so far this has proven to be a successful strategy for us in India.
What are the challenges? I want to know from both of you what you see are the challenges in India from the global perspective, and as an Indian, what you see as the challenges. The Indian company, what you see as the challenges in India.
So maybe one of comment, and then you can understand. I think what we see when we move from BS4 to BS6, that's a big jump for the OEM. So I think that requires a lot of engagement from our team, of our experts, to help also OEMs to make that transition. So there's probably more system know-how that is sometimes required in India versus maybe Europe. And I think that's where, as I mentioned, with the skills we have developed over the years with our team in India, we are able to do that.
Yeah, here we look at in India mainly. For me, I look at as an opportunity for BorgWarner because we know what kind of product what we have in BorgWarner and how it can support the future trend what is Indian government is looking for from automobile OEMs. I always look at there will be a better growth for BorgWarner in India. Though there are challenges in many ways, but I look at as positively, like as a company with the products what we have in the hybrid and electric. I always look that we have more opportunities in the coming years. That's how I look at.
Do you think electrification will be a biggest challenge in the upcoming years? Looking at the government policies too, going on with government policies and electrification.
Any new kind of requirement, any new norms, definitely that needs a lot of other things to support the system to get implemented. There will be challenges, but for us, we see we have a better demand of BorgWarner products and we can improve our presence in India. There will be challenges, at the same time we see that as an opportunity for us to bring more products to India again.
Thank you so much for talking to Auto Companies India.
Thank you.